Hello, welcome, welcome. I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon. Hello, I am waiting because I am in an event today. It is called the Red, White, and Bloom event. We are with Creative Crafters Assemble. Thank you, dear. And it is hosted by Miss Gia from Gia Creations. And thank you so much for having me. I really, hope that I do this justice. Everybody's been doing some really cute crafts, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not doing a paper craft, which is normally what I do, so I'm doing a decor piece, and I just, fingers crossed, it'll come out good. So yeah, we will let me see, I'm trying to find myself so I can find comments and all the things. Because, sometimes what's in one side is not what's in another side. And I definitely don't want to hear myself twice, nor do you. Alright. So, hop on in when you can. I really do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so very much. And up after me will be Miss Yadi from Yadi's Workshop. So stick around and see what she's doing. Now, I did do a little bit of prep while I was watching the presenter before me. So I got this. It is like a corrugated type metal. And it has a wood piece. I did get this from Hobby Lobby, and it was on clearance. It was from the wood pile. Originally $12.99. It was on clearance for $3.24. I'm gonna take that off. And I love the idea of the mix between metal and wood. And I already went ahead and put some glue on my surface. So it is my glue mix, which is just regular school glue with some water. And I cut down a piece of fabric that I'm going to Mod Podge. Decoupage on here, and this is a piece from a fat quarter that I had at some point gotten at the dollar store, at Dollar Tree. Don't ask me when, because I am trying to use mostly things that I already have. So this has been sitting in my fabric pile now for a while. And I want this to be my background. So the glue has dried some. Hi there, Miss Mandy. So the glue has dried down some, and that is fine. We're just going to heat it up, and use essentially the dry method for decoupaging. And like I said, we'll be using things that I have had sitting in my craft pile for a while, and hopefully come up with a cute decor piece. Alright, so I am grabbing my parchment, and we're just going to, I know, right? It's super cute. I've had this sitting in my pile now for a while. So I don't know if they still have it or what, but it was a Dollar Tree fabric. I just couldn't tell you when I got it though, because like a lot of my stuff, it's accumulated, and I am trying really hard this year to use up more of what I already have. Don't get me wrong, I do still go and shop, but I'm trying not to pick up a lot of things. So again, just using my little heat press here. A little iron will work as well. This is just happens to be the Cricut heat press, and I do use parchment because, you know, this is still fabric and the glue can still seep through, and I don't want to damage it. I did do ripped edges on the side. I thought that would look really cool, so I was ripping my fabric. Love the sound of fabric being ripped. It's just really cool. Okay, let me close up my glue. I don't need that. Alright, and then something else that I pulled, I did pull some florals because it is red, white, and bloom. So I did pull some, I did go and dig out my floral box, and I have these two sets, which I know are probably dollar store as well, and they're from like their you know, 4th of July type setting. So I grabbed those, and I also had these. Now these are Michael's. No, is this Joann's? No, I think this is Michael's Christmas. So these I probably got after the season, and I picked them up because even though they're marked Christmas, these are still perfect to use now for the season. So we're going to use 3 of these. Hi there, Miss Carla. So, you know, even when it's after season and you're looking for craft supplies, like I said, this is marked Christmas. I probably got this when this was like 80% off or something. And again, this is perfect for, you know, 4th of July holiday, not just Christmas. I also grabbed some letters that I had. These are definitely Joann's, back when they were clearing some things. And so we're going to look for some little wood letters. Hopefully there's a USA in here. So how's everybody? There we go. There's a U. So how's everybody's Friday going so far? Hopefully so far so good, right? And then I'll end up shoving these in my letter box later. I have one of those candy jars, those plastic candy jars from Dollar Tree, where I have like little wooden letters and stuff in. I like that U more. So, hey Miss Wendy. So USA, right? So I think, I don't know, I think we can do with that one. Alright, and then the idea is that I'm going to paint them and I'm going to glue them on here. The other one that I have is all uppercases, but I think they're too big. This one was also one I picked up, and I don't know. No, actually, I think that might be. What do you guys think? Should we go uppercases or should we go lowercases? And I'm going to paint them blue to contrast the red and white. So do you think we should go with uppercase letters that are larger, or with the lowercase letters that are just a little bit smaller? What are we thinking? I'm glad that you're doing amazing, my friend. The lowercase, okay, we have one for lowercase. Anybody else want to chime in? Should we go upper or lowercase? What are we thinking? So we have one vote for the lowercase ones. And then these are just on a pick, so I'm just pulling them off. Lowercase, alright, 2 for lowercases. Woohoo! Alrighty. And I'll probably throw this in my bin of some things because it is bendable wire that's wrapped, so I mean, you never know. You might need to use it, right? So we're gonna save that. And again, these were Christmas. Just because it says Christmas, right? Take it. It's especially after season when stuff starts to go, you know, on deep clearance. Pick those things up. Now these ones seem to be glued together. Let's see if we can heat them and separate them. If not, we'll have to cut them. Let that warm up for a little bit. So I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. See, it was just glued on. Alright. And so this is going to actually sit on the side here. This is the idea. So it's going to sit on the side. And it's going to go U, S, A. Like that. And then we'll put some florals on this side. I think that looks good, right? Hi there, Grayson Flowers. It was so nice to watch you earlier, my friend. I really liked your can. It was very, very cool. Thank you for the sprinkles. I appreciate it. Oh, that's right. You are working elections. That is correct. Okay, so I am going to cut off and trim off this edge. Obviously, we don't need the paper, so we're going to cut this. Hello there, Miss Cheryl. I was so glad when Miss Gia was able to move the event because I did want to participate. It's just the original date was Wednesday, and I was hosting an event that day, so I couldn't. So I was so glad when she did move it, because then I got a chance to participate, which I absolutely love being able to be a part of events. So, alright, now this one, actually thinking, what if we put the larger one in the middle? Give it some more symmetry. And I'm just going to hot glue that right there. I'll put actually a little bit of Fabri-Tac. Hello there, Miss Yadi. How are you? Miss Yadi is up after us. Well, after me. After us. Y'all. How are you doing, my friend? Hopefully you had a good Friday and the kiddos didn't drive you too crazy today. I'm sure you are ready for the weekend. Y'all, I can't believe it. Monday is our last day of school. So, you're tired. Yeah. I have some kiddos that still owe me work, and oh my word, stressing me. That's one of the things I'll be working on this weekend is I have at least 2 students that I can go ahead and give them final grades. So that's a good thing. So I'll be able to tell them when I see them Monday what their grades are, but then I have another one who owes me a lot of work. And that is stressful. especially when it's their senior year. Like, I don't get it. Why do we wait till the last moment? Oh, this one also has the tag, so let's cut the tag off. So yeah, whenever you guys are looking at after season sales, you know, always be thinking, you know, not just, oh, this is Christmas, so I gotta use it Christmas. No, think about, you know, crossing holidays, seasons, you know. Sometimes the pastel items from Easter you can use maybe around Christmas time or vice versa. You know, it all depends on your palette. Alright, so I like that. Okay, let's get these painted up in a nice blue, and I'm sure I cracked that again. Alright, so I'm going to move this over just a little bit, and let's get these painted up. I am sure that you are ready for the weekend. I could only imagine. Alright, so when I am painting smaller items, I like to grab a little bit of masking or painter's tape, and I'll take it and I'll fold the corners in, which then I put onto my mat here, creating a double sticky, which allows me to put these pieces on so that I'm not getting my actual fingers painted, because Lord knows I paint my fingers a lot. Yay! You hit the 3K, my friend. I'm so glad. Oh, I am so glad to hear that. Yay! Exactly. Slow and steady gets you there, my friend. I am so happy for you. Yes, very true. So let me go grab my blue right quick. Trying to think what kind of blue I want. Do I want a very bright blue? Go with vivid blue. I love you too, dear. I do. But I am so glad that you were able to get there. That is amazing. You know, when we're able to hit those goals that we set ourselves, it is so important to celebrate them. Alright, so this is called Vivid Blue by Deco Art, and it is a really pretty blue, and I think this one would match the trucks better than a darker blue, so that's why I'm going with that. Because the Blue Angels, really? Oh my gosh, see, that is one thing I would love to watch, the Blue Angels. That is one thing I want to do, and I know it's just a matter of planning to go see them, because I know Gare would love it as well. At the Vero Beach Airport, and they're going to be flying right over your community pool. So that's where you're parking your behind. Hey, that is awesome, because that means you get to enjoy it from the comfort of your home and not have to deal with the crowds. That's even a better plus. So that is so cool. I know the next time we go down to Florida. Let's see if we can go see some trains, because hubby loves himself some trains. And last time we were a bit on a time crunch, so we weren't able to do any stopping. But hopefully this time we can go. So we'll see, because I'm going back, we'll be cruising in November again, so hopefully we'll get a chance this time to stop. So that was, because what was it, last year when we went out of Port Canaveral, he took me to the Wizard of Oz little museum they had. I love that. Oh, it's like, you watch the videos and it is amazing, but to be able to like actually see them. Hubby caught them one time many moons ago, flying over. He was coming back from and this is, I mean, way before we were even together. He was actually still with his ex at the time, and they were in Atlanta coming back on the highway, and he heard something and was like, you know, he's very discerning with his hearing, even though for certain sounds he can't hear anymore, but there's others that he can, and he can discern them pretty well. So he heard something, he pulled over, and he got to see them flying over on their way to Pensacola. So they were on their way to Florida, which was pretty cool. I plan to come and visit you this time, Miss Yadi. Yes, I do, because you said you're close to Fort Lauderdale, and we'll be in that area. So, yes, I do hope to get to see you. That is the plan, hopefully. That would be awesome. We can totally plan that. That would be really fun. I would love to. Yeah, I'll get with you. Well, we'll definitely have time to talk about it, especially because I'll get to see you in July. So we'll definitely plan, because I want to be able to see and hang out with you. All right, so yeah, that's gonna look really cute right there. Okay, let's get these actually attached. So they're gonna get some of the Fabri-Tac, but I'm also gonna put some of the hot glue just to give me that instant hold. But the Fabri-Tac is what's really gonna hold it, so we definitely need to have that. And I'm only putting it on the raised part because that's really what's gonna hold. I mean, there's not like a lot of the other stuff. And then I'll be back in Florida in February for my crafting cruise, which that's gonna be fun. You're not that far from Fort Lauderdale? Well, we might need to chat and see if we can meet up, because that would be really nice. Well, I can. So we shall see. We shall talk and plan, and we shall make it happen, is what's going to happen. I know, right? The stars are adorable. And I've had them, Lord knows how long I've had them in my stash. Which is, again, one of the reasons why I have started trying to use my stash. Alright, now I'm still going to use some Fabri-Tac on the wood because I'm trying to attach these to fabric. Other than... might be a little crooked, but it'll be alright. It's not that bad. So... yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, we have a little bit of time to plan it. Because I won't be back that way till, like I said, I won't be back down that way till November. Okay, put that there, and get the A on. Look at us doing good with time. I wasn't sure how I would do on time. That's the whole reason why I went ahead and did the work with the fabric and stuff. Because y'all know I'm notorious for not finishing things. We may just get this one finished. Okay. So we have the trucks, and I did want to include some of these flowers. And I'm thinking we can put them like here on the edge. Obviously, I would pop them off. Pop it off. And so we could like put them on the edge like that. That's what I'm thinking. So we have stars and stripes. I thought these ones were fun. And there's another stars and stripes. And obviously I'll save the leaves because you can always use the leaves for something. So I don't know if I need to add them on this side or should they be added on this side? On this side where the stars are. What y'all think? Y'all tell me. Should they be on this side or should they be on this side? And we could always just put... we could narrow it down to just like this also. One of the stars and two of the stripes. To kind of give us the flag, per se, is what I'm thinking. Thank you. So yeah, so the question is, should they go on this side or should they be on this side? That is the question. Should they be on the right or should they be on the left? On the other side over here? Okay. And I do kind of like the idea of only the one star and then the two striped ones. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I like that best. I do need to cut these little knobs off because they are a little bit long and they are getting in the way of sitting down. So we definitely have to, and this obviously is going to have to go in with the hot glue. I think this is gonna be cute hanging in the door. Yeah, balance on the sign. I gotcha. That makes complete sense. Y'all do a lot more decor pieces than I do. So that is why I ask for your opinion. Ask me about paper crafts and that's one thing, but decor pieces, y'all are the bomb. .com. No, y'all are amazing, seriously. So talented. I see the pieces that you guys come up with and I'm like, I would have never even thought of that. So I'm always in awe of your creations. You all always inspire me so much. There we go, intertwined. And then on the other side. There is. That is true. It's like I can hear some differences in trains. My husband can tell you by the sound of it, oh, that is a whatever engine type and stuff like that. So I know there's a place, but I know it's on the other side. It's Lakeland, Florida. So one day we'll go that way. But I know he would love to be able to go see some trains while we're down there this go around. Okay, now the one thing I'm not liking about these flowers is that the glitter is not staying. It's ending up everywhere. And y'all know me, I don't like glitter because then my cats turn colors. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to do something. Oh, I don't have my regular box out here, do I? I think all I have. Well, this might help. Let's put some of this on it. So this is it's clear, so hopefully it will dry and hold in the glitter. Because this is just ridiculous. I do not want to have glitter everywhere. Now if I had red, I would do red, but I don't think I have red. Or if I do, I don't know where it's at. But luckily this dries clear. So when it dries, it's just gonna have the sparkle red from underneath. And that'll help hold that glitter in and stop falling everywhere. Same with the blue. Hello there, Miss Pam. Welcome in. Thank you for coming and joining us today. I appreciate you. So, as part of my craft for the red, white, and bloom, I'm using these florals from the Dollar Tree. And the glitter likes to go everywhere, so I am topping it with some glitter glue that will dry clear. It's gonna take it some time, but it will dry clear and hold that glitter down so that we don't have to worry about having glitter bombs everywhere. And just to even it out, I'm actually going to put some on the letters to make them kind of sparkly. Let's do that. So I'm just going to put a little bit, like a little and all this is tulip, which is dimensional paint, which I also use on my paper crafts. And yes, you can use this on wood, you can use this on paper. It's just really fun to use. So, oh, thank you. It's been really nice being able to be in the event with y'all today. Up after me is Miss Yadi, and I am sure that she is going to make something beautiful. When my piece dries, I think this will be on my front door, because I really don't have anything that is 4th of July or Americana. And we do have the 250th celebration for the US this year, so that is a big deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I remember when Switzerland celebrated their 400 years, and the US is a baby, but that is still really, really good. It's awesome to be around to see that, though. I will say that. It's the same with like Costa Rica. Costa Rica is also a baby as far as their age goes. So, as far as a country, you know, an independent country, because obviously we know that the land has been around way before. Way before. So I think that's pretty cute. Now, I don't do bows. I know that there's a lot of you out here that are expert in bows, but I really, one, don't think it needs a bow, and two, I wouldn't know how to make a good bow for it. So this is just gonna sit and gonna dry. And since I still have time, how about we do a paper project? But that is my red, white, and bloom craft. I think it came out really cute. Now wait for everything to dry so I can shake off the rest of the excess. Yeah, because we got a lot of extra. So let's do a paper craft since we have some time. And I still have some of the fabric, and why not use some of it? Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. Like I said, even if it did need a bow, I wouldn't even know where to start. Alright, so I have this little piece here. Why don't we turn it into some tags? And I do have, or I don't have, evidently I put it away. Oh, that's too thin. That's not going to work. Well, I can use this. So, we're going to use this as my base to make a tag. And I'm going to use the leftover of my fabric for it. So, I'm just going to bring out my glue again. It's great. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you guys like it. Alright. Again, I'm just using my glue mixture, which is just regular school glue. If you have Mod Podge, obviously you can use your Mod Podge. And this is, as you can see, is leftover packaging, which is just some cardboard, essentially. And we're going to use it. And we're going to end up making a piece that could go in a journal, on the front of a journal, on the inside of a journal, using up what we have left over, right? I do need to make like a red, white, and blue themed journal, so this would work. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and put this down while it is wet. So I tend to keep packaging because, again, you never know when you could use it. And I'll end up covering the back of this as well. Not in fabric, but if I'm not going to use this to glue it down onto the cover of a journal, then I will hubby must be getting ready for work. He's got to be in again today early, and I hate when he has to go into work early. Alright, so let's try to dry this up just a little bit, because it is still very wet, which is not good, obviously. And seeing as we still have some letters, we can also write, again, we can spell out the USA, which I think I am going to do maybe in the large ones this time. Let's see where the S is for this one. There's the S. No, that's a V. Here's an A. Jimmy is not behaving with the sister. They threw all the water. Oh my gosh. That is definitely no fun. Naughty Jimmy. Jimmy is so sweet though. I adore Jimmy. I think Jimmy is super cute. Alright. I am wondering if I want to go maybe like a gold so that they stick out. And I wonder if I can use this stuff. So this is a new product. I've never used it before. It's called Smooch. It says applicator included, fast drying archival applicator, pearlized accent ink. So we're gonna try. We're gonna see how this goes. Hey there, Miss Sheila. So let's see. I've never used this stuff. Let's see how it looks if we need to put a layer down. Alright, that's pretty cute, but this needs a full layer of gold first. This would be really fun to play with on paper. And I have like a few different colors, which is really neat. So, let me get some gold though. We're gonna do gold. How are you doing, Miss Sheila? Ooh, well, I would do gold if I knew where my golds are. I have Golden Sunset. Let me use that, and then maybe with the pearlescent on it, with that gold shimmer thing, it'll work. Because I don't know where like a straight gold metallic paint is. I'm gonna have to look for those. Because I don't know where they are. Wouldn't be the first time I don't know where something's at. And I know I'm sure I'm not the only one that happens to. Hey, Miss Carla. So Miss Yadi is up after me, guys, and I do know that there is still another presenter after her, at least. So definitely stay in the group. Again, it's Creative Crafters Assemble. You can see us there, and follow along for today's event. Yes, that would be good. Because see, this will be a good to put on top of like the front of a cover. So that's what I've done those before, journal plates. At least that's what I like to call them. Kind of like a book plate, journal plate, and so you can put them on the covers. And these, again, these are good to make in advance and have them, and whenever you want to decorate a journal, you have some done. And then it's just a matter of gluing it to the front. I think this is gonna look really cute. So this is called Golden Sunset by Apple Barrel, and then I'm gonna mix it with that pearlescent gold once it dries, and I think that's gonna give it the shimmer that we need. So that's gonna be nice. And then while Miss Yadi is crafting, I'm gonna be cooking dinner. I think we're gonna have chicken. The rest of the mac and cheese with Spam that Gare made.
See you in the morning, dear.
About 3, 4, 5.
Somewhere in there.
Alright, well, I'm on the coach. Come and sleep there. I love you too. Be safe.
I will be.
Alright, let's dry these letters and then add the gold to it. I think that's gonna make him look really, really good. Hey, Gary. Bye, Gary. I'll let him know that you said hi. Yeah, I knew he was... When I heard him up, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He's got to go into work early tonight. They're short-handed, so he's been pulling 13, 14-hour shifts lately. Love is good. It is. You know, even the kids learned, you know, not to leave the house without saying goodbye, because you never know. I've always told them you never know what may happen, so you always want to make sure you tell those that you love, you know, that you love them, and tell them goodbye, because you never know. So they got into that habit. So even when the boys would work, and now Caroline's gonna start working, so we shall see. Hopefully she does that too. Yeah, you know, you don't have to be doing anything like extreme or anything like that. Um, you can be just going to work and something happens, or you could be at work. Um, you know, like the day I got the call that he was headed to the hospital because his hand got caught in one of the machines. Luckily, he didn't lose his hand, he didn't lose his life, but, you know, you never want to leave your loved one without knowing that they are loved. So, between that and the time that he gashed his head open, those would have been two big in times. So yes, that is something that even, you know, that Gare has learned as well. It's like, you know, you don't leave without saying that. I've told him, I was like, I don't care if I'm asleep, you wake me up. Just like the kids got used to, especially the boys. Joshua would work late, and he learned real quick. I was like, you let me know that, hey Miss Sharon, hi Miss Lori. I was like, you let me know when you get home. I don't care if you just knock on the door and, hey mom, I'm home. Something. They got used to when they wouldn't say something at the beginning and I'd be up waiting. Why are you up? Why? Because one, you never told me you know. So, oh yeah, look at how pretty that is now with that color on the background. It is really shining through. Now you can really see the gold. There we go. That's what we needed. We needed that base color. So yeah, so they, like I said, they've gotten used to it. Yes, they are very important values. Well, it's like I've always told my boys. I was like, how you treat me and how you treat your sister tells me how you're going to treat your lady. I was like, you want to be a good boyfriend, fiance, husband one day? I was like, starts at home. And I told this to the boys back when they were young and they would mess with their sister. And they would pick on her or stuff. It's like, Now, may I have created a bit of a monster with my daughter because of that? Yes, because now she is so used to the boys spoiling the bejeebers out of her. But at the same time, that also means that she's not going to settle for just anybody. And that's also important for us as females, is to know that we are worth all the extra. You know, don't take advantage of it, but we are definitely worth all the extra. You're worth being Googled over and spoiled all the time. And that is important. Just as it's important for you to be a hard worker, to support your wife and everything else, it's also important for you to spoil her. Now that looks awesome. Y'all, this came out, oh my gosh, like the shine on these is incredible. That's all it needed, was a base color, and ooh, did it came out beautiful. You know, I'm a mama of 2 boys and 1 girl. And when I had my boys, I told myself very early on that they were going to be, and they have, they spoil, you know. My oldest is the only one who's had a girlfriend. And he will spoil the bejeebies out of her. So, I'm going to glue these down. And this is going to become, like I said, this will be a nice focal point. And I am going to do it kind of to the side so that we can see some of the trucks here. Because if you go to center, I feel like you kind of lose it. So I am going to do it to the side. Like that. I think that looks good. Yes, exactly. You do need to be treated like queens. Yes, we are queens. Alright? We always have to remember that we are princesses. We are God's princess. Every single one of us. And as such, we should be treated. So, thank you to Miss Gia for having me. I really, really appreciate you. So this was our secondary project. The primary project for our red, white, and bloom was this door hanger right here, which I think came out gorgeous. See, this is starting to dry up and the white is disappearing and all you're left with is the sparkle, so that's going to look really cute. And then on this side, these will dry clear and then all we'll see is the blue, the red, glitter underneath, and it's going to hold it so it stops flaking off. So this is going to be a door hanger, which I will actually put on my door once everything is dry, and this will be for a journal, for a future journal that I'll be working on. So thank you so much for having me. Let's go see Miss Yadi, and thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you guys so very much.